Hello everyone, my name is Nur Azizah Nagoor Gani, and today I'll be presenting on the need for inclusive education, particularly for students with autism spectrum disorder. My topic is pre-service teachers' responses to autism representation through literature, a qualitative study based on the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. This is presented by me, Nur Azizah Nagoor Gani, and also Azina Abdul Aziz from Faculty of Education, Universiti Kebangsaan, Malaysia. My presentation is structured into five main parts. Okay, first is introduction, where I will discuss the need of inclusive education and the problem that we are addressing. And next, the literature review, which will cover the theoretical basis for our study and its objective. Third, I will explain the methodology used, including the design and participants, and also the data analysis method. Then I will present the findings and discussion that we got by highlighting the key themes that emerged from our research, and finally I will conclude with the main conclusion and implications of our study. So for our introduction, I will focus on the need for inclusive education. Globally, there is a growing emphasis on inclusive practices for diverse learners, and Malaysia is at the forefront with progressive policies like the Zero Reject Policy and the Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013 to 2025. However, a significant gap exists between these policy goals and the actual preparedness for the pre-service teachers to support students with ASD in classroom. The core of the problem lies in the limited exposure future educators receive during the training. Often, they are given only abstract theoretical definitions of ASD, which can lead to misunderstanding and the perpetuation of harmful stereotypes. As a result, many pre-service teachers are lack of practical knowledge, empathy, and confidence to effectively support students with ASD in an inclusive training. For our literature review, we use the literature as a pedagogical tool. To address this, our study proposed an innovative approach using literary fiction as a pedagogical tool. We believe that a well chosen novel can bridge the gap between theory and also empathy. We selected Mark Haddon's The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime because it offers a unique first person perspective of a character with traits often associated with ASD. This narrative based learning approach helps foster a more profound and understanding of neurodiversity beyond simple and clinical definitions. While the use of literature in teacher education is promising, its specific impact on pre service teachers, empathy, and pedagogical readiness is underexplored, especially in Malaysia. Therefore, our study aimed to explore how Malaysian pre service teachers respond to the novel's representation of autism, identify themes related to their understanding, empathy, and readiness to teach, and also evaluate the potential of literature as a transformative pedagogical tool. Our research is grounded is in two key theories. First, the reader response theory developed by Rosenblatt suggests that meaning is co-created by the reader and the text. This means a pre-service teacher's personal engagement with the novel directly influences their pedagogical beliefs. And second, the theory of mind views reading the novel as cognitive playground where participants can practice perspective taking. These theories helps us understand how literary engagement can foster empathy and change professional perspective. For our methodology, we employed a qualitative descriptive design to explore the perspective of our participants. The study includes five pre-service teachers from Malaysian universities English education program, all between 21 to 24 years old. Our data was collected through a thematic analysis of the participants' written reflections after they read the novel. The analysis followed the six-phase process outlined by Brown and Clark in 2006. So what we got for our findings and discussion, Our first finding shows the participant views shifted from popular stereotypes to a more understanding of autism. For example, one participant commented, I thought autistic individuals were all like the genius characters in movies, but Christopher is different. He struggles, he thinks differently, but he is also brilliant in his own way. The quote highlights how the novel challenged the oversimplified singular of autism often seen in media. The first person narrative was for the second team. The first person narrative was highly effective in fostering profound empathy. It allowed participants to experience the world through a neurodivergent lens. A participant shared, I was able to understand why Christopher needed order and structure. He is not being difficult, he is trying to make sense of confusing world. This emotional connection was far more impactful in developing genuine empathy than abstract theory alone. The experience also led to significant pedagogical insights. Participants began to reflect on the practical implications for their future roles as educators. One participant noted, Christopher reminded me that every child learns differently. As a teacher, I must be ready to adapt and not expect all students to fit into the same mold. This shows a clear shift toward a more flexible and individualized approach to teaching. So, in our discussion, we found that literature serves as a crucial bridge between theoretical knowledge and empathetic practical understanding. The dynamic interplay between narrative immersion and professional identity formation acts as a potent catalyst for growth. Our findings strongly support the use of narratives in teacher education to foster critical thinking and inclusive mindset. As for our conclusion, our study found that literary engagement significantly enhances empathy, challenges misconceptions, and fosters inclusive pedagogical thinking among pre-service teachers. This has a key implication for practice, where teacher education programs should consider integrating carefully selected literary texts into their curricula. For future research, we suggest exploring the long term impact of this approach on teaching practice or investigating the use of other literary works. So, thank you for watching my presentation. I hope this research provides valuable insights into how we can better prepare future educators for inclusive classroom.